Hey y'all, it's me, Bree. On here to do a video about ADD and ADHD epidemic, or what I feel like is an epidemic. ADD, attention deficit disorder. ADHD, or from what I know of it to be called by my boss, is attention deficit hyper disorder. No, it's not a disorder. It's a choice. No mind should go unchallenged. You can teach a dog how to do tricks, and for that simple fact, teach a dog how to do tricks, we can sit down with the patient that we all sit down and actually teach kids. They teach you. They give you the developmental skills to know how a child's going to act. You know what you're supposed to do when you have a certain type of child in your class. If you find a child that doesn't like to sit down, hey, do something that'll interest them so they don't have to run around. If they want to run around, hey, tell them join the track team. It's stuff that you can do besides giving these children excuses to why something's wrong with their learning process. There's nothing wrong with their mind. And if there is, then that's a different story. If they literally are children with disabilities, such as, special aid kids, Down syndrome, dyslexia, things like that, that's something different. There's something wrong with their brain function. ADD is your attention span. How do you prescribe a medicine for that? I work with kindergarten to second grade in my tutoring program where I work at now. These kids have been diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, and some of them don't sit down. Some of them ain't prescribed, but then, ain't diagnosed with this medication, but my boss thinks that they need to be. This medication is supposed to make them tone it down. Tone it down. You're giving them a medication to calm them down instead of talking to them. What's up? How you doing? You okay? I tell my kids every day, Miss Brittany loves you. I hug my kids. All my kids listen to me. They respect me. They listen and they respect me. So with that amount of listening and respect, they don't act up as much as other kids do. I'm talking about, I work with kindergarten and second grade, the busiest of the busy. When I tell them to sit down, they do just that. When I tell them to be quiet, they do just that. And these are kids who are on medicine. Like, on medicine. And it shocks me that one kid acts the same way every single day, whether he's on his medication or not. So what is that telling you? It's a deeper problem. He don't need that medication. He needs somebody to talk to. Came to the boy, asked him, what's up? Why you always acting up? He said, I'm not going to listen to you. I said, why? He said, because you're not listening to me. I said, where you get that from? He said, because women don't listen. I try to talk to my mother. Every time I try to tell her about something that happened in school that was exciting to me, she shuts the door in my face, or she turns the music up in the car. The problem's deeper. You know what I mean? He's sitting here telling me that the problem is deeper. He scratches me, he spit on me. I don't touch this boy. I want to know what's wrong. That's not my view, but it's mine of people. It's how I look at things. There has to be a deeper problem. You're not angry for no reason. You're not upset for no reason. ADHD and ADD are choices, not disorders. It should be called attention deficit choice, because you're choosing not to pay attention. You're choosing not to listen. diagnose these kids with ADD and ADHD, telling them that they can't do it. They're not capable. They are capable. No mind should go unchallenged, and they will put on this earth with the attention span of anybody. Unless you suffer from some other disorder where the brain doesn't function like special aid, you have dyslexia, Down syndrome, things of that nature. That's different. That's brain function. That's something you can't help. But you can still learn. So why is it that a child who has a disorder like attention deficit don't know how to sit his ass down? Because he's given excuses. You on medicine, so you feel like you should be able to act a fool. Not in my classroom. You so-called hyper. That's sugar. Fats, sugar, creates the jumpiness, the being anxious to do everything, run around, do this. It gives you all this extra energy because it's sugar. You're hyper because of sugar. All kids eat is gums and candies and cookies and cakes and pies and all this other little sweet stuff that you put in their lunchbox, puddings, all this stuff. Peanut butter and jelly, you're telling me that they have a disorder? That ain't what my mama called it. It's not what my grandmother called it. And that's not what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it an epidemic because too many people in this world think one way instead of trying to figure out what the real problem is. You're quick to give a prescription for something that just needs conversation. It's my fault. That's